Okay, hey guys, it's Jovi and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. We got it fixed. Yay! Before we begin, please don't forget to like this video. Like it now because you're gonna forget to like it later. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on my other social media platforms. I'm Jovi Beauty. I'm Jovi Beauty on all platforms. Please follow, please subscribe. Let me just run through it real quick. Y'all already know. Follow me on the Blue Sky. Follow me on the Instagram where I post the pretty pictures, okay? Follow me on the TikTok. I started reposting over there. Go to my website, jovibeauty.com. Get you one of our dope ass scarves, bonnets, sweaters. All purchases for the remainder of the month will come with a free gift, okay? Last but certainly not least, don't forget you can always do what? Donate to the channel. It is thoroughly appreciated, okay? Okay, we got our first donation. Rainia, thank you so much, y'all. Thank Rainia in the chat. And what she said, remember to hit the like button, okay? Hit it on your way in because what? You're gonna forget to like it later. Thank you so much, girl. I appreciate you so much. Oh my God. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day. I'm having a great day. My clothes are fitting me big. I would show you, I would get up and show y'all the bottoms, but I don't want to be flashing ass on Instagram. Okay. There's a lot of ass going on. I don't want to be flashing ass on Instagram. I will probably I'm going to work out after this, after we get off a live. So I will probably show y'all my whole outfit with the links included, okay, in another video. However, I wanted to touch on. So today we are going to be speaking about, as I have been doing for the last couple of weeks, what has been going on the continent for the last week. Okay, so I got some notes. We're gonna touch on that. I also want to say that I put up a poll. Okay, I don't know if y'all seen the poll, but I sure put up a poll. You already know, girl. You already know. I put up a poll, right? And my poll was asking if I should keep our live stream at noon or at 6 p.m. AI, a lot of people been telling me to move it to later, okay, including the AI I've been recently using, actually both of them, okay? So listen. So I'm going for the next probably 2 weeks. I'm going to be going back and forth probably daily to see which times do better, okay? Based off the kind of video, I guess, okay? Expect a lot of shorts to be coming to y'all late as of probably 6:30 today. I got them scheduled out, y'all. I've been doing a lot of work up in here, okay? I've been doing a lot of work and I'm proud of myself. However, I want to start the show, okay? Today was going to be another show with something else, and I probably will play it at the end, okay? I'm going to leave it here, and I probably will play it at the end. But for now, we're going to get into what's been going on the continent, why it's important, and et cetera, et cetera. So, again, I got my notes. First thing, I found this out today. Okay, so I was like, oh, I put it at the top of the list. Sorry, look at me putting on lip balm with y'all watching me. My bad. I felt dry. First thing, guess who got fired? Okay, not fired, reassigned. Guess who got reassigned and stripped of their fucking medal status? I don't know how the army work. I don't know. General Micheal Langley. So come to find out, I guess yesterday or over the weekend, I don't know, Orangina has decided to replace General Langley because, he runs AFRICOM, right? Which is bullshit that allows them to come in and do foolishness, okay? So we know what he said about our our beloved Ibrahim Traore, right? He said it like a month ago at that Senate hearing, and it has not been, you can't backpedal, right? We've seen where he said, I believe sometime last week over the weekend, maybe he knew this firing was coming, maybe he knew days in advance, but I saw something along the lines where he was like, I said something and they asked me, I don't know what y'all want me to do. At the end of the day, I'm still a black man. I guess he got fired and his blackness clicked back in. I guess he lost his job and his blackness kicked back in. Okay. So yeah, he has been replaced with some white general and he has been demoted. Okay. Listen, Orangina has been demoting he was the last black 4-star general. Okay, I think that's as high as it go. He was the last one, because the other ones all got demoted, got fired, except made to retire, etc., etc. Wiping them from the military archives. Been doing a lot of things, trying to really whitewash the military. Okay, cool. So he got replaced, and not only replaced, he lost his 4-star general status. Talk about playing in your own face. Talk about selling out and still fucking losing. Talk about just talk about it. Talk about completely selling out because the continent is developing, and you are an American general. And you forgot. I comprehend that he's been in the military for a long time, about 20 years, okay? But you forgot that at the end of the day, you are a black man. You will forever be a black man. And Trump showed your black ass the door. So that happened. Okay. Now, one of the reasons, this is connected but not connected. A lot of this shit is connected, because if you don't know if you've been behind a rock, okay, and I've told y'all this numerous times, I feel like there's a Google calendar going around Africa and all the leaders are checking off days and they just decided to do some shit, okay? So let me tell y'all what happened over the weekend in the Ivory Coast, okay? Cotes. They call it Cote Ivoire or some shit like that, but it's the Ivory Coast in English. Okay, so the Ivory Coast, damn, I really need to remember to pull up the African flag. Okay, I mean the African map, so y'all will know where these places are. Anyway, the Ivory Coast has decided that they've already decided, that they are going to rock with these people. They're going to take money and make sure that their people don't have shit. Mind you, they have already was a attempted coup that happened a week or so ago, because the people aren't with it. Okay, there have been coups all over the place, and we're with it. Okay, so there was already a coup. So mind you, now Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, they fucking with the Russians, right? And the Russians gave them a lot of technology. They're reverse engineering a lot of technology that, we have it's Africa. So they got all of engineers. They got all the engineers that were here that couldn't get a job. They have all the airplane pilots that were in America and the UK and all over the continent that couldn't get a job. They all running back over there, right? So they got a lot of shit going on. One of the things they have going on, if they have access to some satellites now, okay, they got drones of their own, okay? They done took out a bunch of terrorists that were funded by France and allegedly the West. All of this shit is well, not all of it. That part is apparently alleged, right? But they had everything. How did they know that these people were funded by the West? They got a lot of, because apparently people just seem to try to always want to write everything down and carry proof. But they had, so they had the satellites. They have been watching areas. They've been getting information, because they're double agents all over the place, right? Double agents out this bitch, okay? Double agents working on the side to free Africa. Cool. Y'all, So they already got intelligence about this alleged military base that is right next to the border to Burkina Faso, right? They are funding the terrorists again because America and France can only be there if the place is unstable, right? That's the point. Oh, we're gonna help you. Oh, we're gonna help you. But on the other side, they are funding the people to continue to keep the countries in disarray so they could continue stealing the gold and shit, right? And the diamonds and everything it takes to make cell phones. Side note, did you hear about the little African boy? I think he's from like Zimbabwe, I'm not sure, that made a cell phone that you don't even need data to use. Did you hear about the little boy? Well, he's like 19, but he little to us. The little boy who made a cell phone that don't need to be on no network, that don't need to connect to nothing to work. Did you hear about just my God? Okay. I give it less than 5. I give it 5 to 10 before all of this shit is over. And it's a whole superpower. I don't even think we need a whole 5. It's about to be over. The ingenious of us. Oh my God. Because only thing these people ever created was the patent office, child. Okay. Majority of the things created in this country were created by us. Okay. That's just what it is. And just having the funds to just create. Oh, they're creating. Anywho, back to the Ivory Coast. So the Ivory Coast was setting up, had a whole secret bunker, y'all. Like some 007 shit. This is some 007 shit we are talking about. Espionage and it's just wow. Secret bunker. They done ran up on these people at like 2 in the morning. Because mind you, they planning coups and trying to, take Traore out. But honestly, and I said this before and I'll say it again, at this junction in 2025 of our good Lord, okay, even if they do take this man out, nothing is going to change. Okay, nothing is going to change. It has already evolved. They would literally have to wipe out every president, king, prime minister all over the continent, and you just can't do that. Okay, and the people aren't having it. So they ran up in the bunker, got everybody but like 3 people. They had 3 hostages. One person, they caught him. He was still on the phone with the French people. He was still on the phone with the French people in the corner, shaking and hiding, okay? All right? They got documentations about their plots and their plans. It was magnificent. It was completely magnificent. And I'm here for it, okay? What else? Okay. Togo. I need a map. I really need a map. Hold on. I'm gonna get a map. Hold on. Because I have to show y'all. Because it's I understand everyone doesn't here we go. Is this a good map? I understand everyone doesn't know where a lot of these places are. So let me just get a map to make it easier. So here we go. What just happened? Okay. All right. Okay. Good. Here we go. So I'm going to pull a map up. I got to cake this out. Remove from studio. Okay. Let me pull this map up. Screen share. It's a cute little vector image, cute little vector. So okay, so let me show you first. You see, we're dealing with this part right now. So I'll enlarge it. So you see this part over here, right underneath Guinea, right here. You see Mali, you see Niger, Burkina Faso is there. I'm gonna get into this in a minute. This map is about to change. So you see where the Ivory Coast is, right? Cote d'Ivoire. I don't know French. Okay. That's the Ivory Coast. Togo is this little red area between Ghana, Benin, and Nigeria. Do y'all see? Okay. All right. Togo is in a fucking frenzy. Okay. They have been revolting. It's a coup. They got the guy who has been in for like 30, 40 years the fuck up out of there. And now they are trying to join the AES. Now mind you, the AES is currently Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, and Chad is about to join. Chad is currently going through whatever it needs to go through to join the AES because F the African Union, okay? Because the African Union is basically the European Union, but in Africa with the same goals of the European Union, okay? So Togo, this little red slip, mind you, because the AES, Mali, Niger, and them are landlocked, it's very hard to sell their merchandise or whatever because, they don't have port access. They have been going to Ghana, okay? Because Ghana been with the shits. Ghana has its president. They didn't need to make a coup because they elected someone who was down with the get down. Okay, so they elected someone who was down with the get down, and if you know anything about Ghana, Ghana is popping off, and Ghana is just it. Okay, so Ghana already is sharing their coast. Togo is like, y'all can have our coast. We just want to be down. We a small little country, and the rest of these big countries who are selling out all around them, have power over them, and they're like, no, we want to be a part of AES. So let me tell you what AES did, okay? Mali and them. Are y'all keeping up? You see these three countries, now Togo is involved in it, and all they're gonna keep sucking these countries up. Why? They just yesterday they made a national anthem. The three countries, they made a national anthem. They are unveiling a national flag for the three of them because they are pulling their three countries, including Chad, because Chad and Togo, so it's going to be 5 countries together. The goal is, if you are a part of the AES, all of those countries will turn into states. You know where we going with this? United States of Africa. Y'all know where we going with this? And even Rwanda, hold on. Rwanda just left. I want to show you where Rwanda is. Rwanda is a small ass country. You might not be able to see it, but underneath Uganda over here, that little country, that's Rwanda. Rwanda got a lot of shit. Plus it has the Victoria River. I believe it ends there, and the Victoria Lake, my bad. It's like this giant lake. It's the biggest, I believe it's the biggest lake in the world. So they have a lot of shit going on. They already dropped their block because they were in, Central African Union block, whatever you want to call it. They said, we don't want to be in there no more. And now they are courting the AES to join as well. Mind you, they are halfway through the continent. Okay, it take about 9 hours to even get from the AES to Rwanda, but they with the shits. And if you ask me, by it's June, by the end of the summer, we will have Zambia, Botswana, and possibly even South Africa. I believe that Ghana's gonna get down with the get down, and I believe when they get this old 92-year-old man up out of Nigeria, they're going to join as well. Man, I'm really thinking by the end of the year, it's up. Okay, it's already up. Okay, speaking of Chad, we spoke on Chad. Chad's joining the AES. Chad is with the shits all day. Okay, so Chad was one of the countries that Trump started, what it was, Friday? I think it was Friday, that Trump was like, oh, hear me, Orangina. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Let me get some water. That they couldn't come to America no more. So you know what Chad did? First off gate, Chad didn't need a week, Chad didn't need a day, Chad didn't need no explanation. Now, some of these other countries, they're like, oh, I don't know if he didn't mean us. He meant the other Congo. No, bitch, he meant all of y'all black asses, but you're not paying attention. But it's okay, because their people are going to run them out, okay? Their people is with the shits. Their people aren't scared to throw bows, okay? Our people are scared to throw bows. But those people, they're not scared to throw bows. So we're waiting on it. But Chad was like, tit for tat. You can't come here. We can't come there. Guess where you can't come? Here. And then Chad turned around, not even in a fucking day, probably like 2 days I think Trump dropped this on Friday. By the end of the weekend, Chad done revoked every American, I would say American, every American with a visa, and told them to get a fuck about their country. They was like, take y'all asses back to the West. Don't come here. We can't come there. You can't come here. Okay? Okay. I love it for them. Oh, yeah, it was 12 countries that Orangina restricted. Okay? And Chad was like, get somebody else to do it. We're not doing it. Okay? Now, speaking of, let me pull this back up. I'm going to pull a map up real quick. Because Kenya, y'all see where Kenya is. The struggle that is Kenya. I've seen a lot of people, because y'all know I am looking to potentially expat. I'm expat. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Okay, listen. I don't know what to tell y'all. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm going where my black is not, doesn't work against me. Okay, y'all coming with me. Kenya. I've been watching a lot of videos, again, on different places, you know, like the neighborhoods. I recognize 100%. I'm a New Yorker. That's why I love South Africa, because it gives New York vibes. You know, I need to be able to get to a city in about 30 minutes, right? That's just who I am. I need to be able to get to a city in 30 minutes. Even if I live in, quote unquote, the suburbs, I need city life, okay? So I've been watching a lot of videos, and I've been seeing so many people who look like us, who transplanted to Kenya, right? I've been watching a lot of South Africa, Ghana, Kenya, Nairobi, a lot of videos on a lot of countries. And the people who moved to Kenya, they're acting like it's so great, it's better than South Africa. The only thing I heard, and I heard this one, I don't want to say, okay, I'm not going to say it because I'm trying to keep it positive here, so I'm not going to say it. So this one guy that I watched his video, even though I don't really fuck with him, but I watched his video because he was in Kenya. So I'm watching, and you know, he's speaking of, because I was putting, you know how the algorithms work, Ghana versus South Africa, blah, 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 you know, comparisons, you know, because I'm comparing, okay? And for whatever reason, I guess he came up Kenya versus South Africa. And I was like, I don't even like this motherfucker, but you know what? Let me look at it. Okay. All right, fine. So I'm watching, and he's talking about South Africa. And then he's like, oh, I don't like it because it's too, it reminds me too much of America. Like, too many, and he specifically said too many Black Americans, and I don't like it. Like, his bitch ass ain't Black American. And then it led me to think, fuck it, I'm gonna say it. He is a passport bro. Cause you know the passport bros can't go nowhere now. They done fucked up Brazil. They done fucked up Thailand. Brazil got a whole bunch of restrictions. They can't go nowhere now. So now, you know, they trying to go to the motherland. Okay. He went to the motherland, okay? So to me, when he was like, oh, I don't like it, it gave me, because you could not take advantage of the people in South Africa, the women in South Africa, as easily as you were able to take advantage of people in Kenya. And I'll tell, and I'm not knocking Kenya because I think Kenya is a beautiful country, never been, but I think Kenya is a beautiful country. But I'm gonna tie this into my next post, not my next post, the next topic, right? I'm saying this to tie this into the next topic. You know, I believe Kenya can be amazing and beautiful, right? Kenya is beautiful. It is stifled, okay? Because Kenya has one of those presidents, kings, whatever the fuck he want to call himself, who one don't ever want to get off the throne and be arresting and people. They're having protests all in the street. You know, Kenya is on the coast. Okay, Kenya is on the coast, and there's no reason for, again, I'm gonna pull it up again. It's no reason, again, for a country that is on the coast to be not pulling a Ghana or fucking South Africa. A lot of these countries, especially the ones on the coast, are very developed because they're able to trade. But when you have someone who has been in office for far too long and taken those checks from the USA or France or Belgium, no, I think they are Germany. I think they're under Germany. Taking them taking them checks to keep them down so they'll, have no choice but to send their 4-year-olds in gold mines, making 5 cents a fucking day. Then of course it's real easy for a passport bro to feel like he's doing something over there. But I digress. Speaking of Kenya recently unalived a big ass blogger. Now, mind you, we know because there are a lot of Kenyan bloggers. Those twin girls, they're in Kenya. What's her name? Dr. Mumbi. She's in Kenya, I believe, but she just recently got assaulted. So I don't know if it was her government. I don't know who assaulted her. I know I saw a video and she recently like somebody hurt that lady. And hindsight 2020, looking at this topic that I'm bringing up, it might have been the government. Okay, she was speaking too black for the president that's in there now. So there was this YouTuber named Albert Ojanwa. Child, they arrested the man. The whole country went into turmoil. They are marching. They are, protesting, demonstrating. They want this man out of jail. Why the man dead? They tried to say he unalived himself by banging his head against the wall until he unalived himself. Then when the family got the body, they got a medical examiner to examine the man's body. And the medical examiner found that he was beaten to death. And literally he was beaten, bones were broken, etc., etc. But the cause of the unaliving was him being strangled to death. So I guess they want us to think that he strangled himself to death with his own damn hands, because it was hand marks that just strangled this man to death. Yes. So Kenya is a no-go. Kenya's on the list. Until Kenya completely revolts and remove him and put in somebody who's with that's not on that shit, Kenya gotta be X'd out. Kenya can't do it. Can you imagine? I go to Kenya, I say something they don't like, and they storm in here, and me? Oh no. Okay. Oh no. Some people are just so desperate and will sell their we know this even here. Some people are so caught up, they will sell their soul for 50 fucking cents. 50 cents on a dollar. And it never makes any sense to me. And like a lot of them are saying, Traore made a whole big speech, and I'm gonna get into that in a minute. And it never makes sense to me, because like you sell your country because somebody gave you a check for $5 million, when Ghana just kicked the diamond people out. Just the diamond people. I'm not even getting into the cocoa people, because he kicked them out too. He didn't kick all these people out. Just the diamond people. And he made what it was, $44 billion in 4 months. So you sold your country out for a couple mil, and for white people to go like this and pat your head. And Ghana said, get the going. No, thank you. And they made $44 million just off of diamonds. I don't even know I didn't even look into the cocoa amount, but that's millions and billions as well. In 4 fucking months. People sell themselves out for nothing, baby. So he was and in Kenya. I got another story for Kenya. This just happened like 3 days this weekend. They have French soldiers. I was trying to remember a couple seconds ago. I was trying to figure out who's in each country. One of the French soldiers R-worded a girl, a 12-year-old little girl. It's all over. Everybody know about it. He R-worded a little girl. They arrested him, and then they let him go. And he flew back to France. All in a weekend. He's now probably sitting up right now, having a fucking biscuit at some damn French bistro, after he done committed a fucking atrocity and done destroyed and damaged this little girl's psyche and damn near forever. They just sent him along his way to go back to France. So that happened. Traore, he's the president currently of Burkina Faso, but I guess he might be the first president of the United States of Africa. I don't know yet. It might be, I'm thinking it's probably going to be between him and the president of Ghana, or they might do VP. Maybe, I don't know. I just know that this shit is popping. So he gave an amazing speech yesterday. I do have another speech that he made that I was thinking of putting up, and I'm probably going to do it anyway. I'm probably going to end this live stream with that. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm probably going to end the live stream. Wait, not yet. Hold on. Damn. So he just made this amazing speech yesterday. And basically saying all the things that they have accomplished, him and his tiny ass country, okay? Because his country is the smallest, except for like Togo, of all of these countries. All of the things they have accomplished. They just built a fucking hospital, okay? They built it. I believe they are 3 months early in the construction. That's how hard the people are working. Okay? They built some ginormous general hospital, like a hospital, a university hospital, I believe they said it was on a couple miles of land. I'm assuming parking and all of this. I'm assuming different buildings. They're kicking ass, okay? And then he went on to say that, especially everything that happened over the weekend with, what's happening the Ivory Coast or whatever, that he can't understand why we keep selling each other out, because we are rich. We're acting like poor people. when we're walking on diamonds and gold and, every mineral that this modern world needs to evolve, okay? We're walking on it just like that. We are the strongest, the most intelligent, and for whatever reason, the people in charge of some countries keep selling their country out. So it was a big deal. But I want to run this video. It's about 8 minutes. And when I finish the video, we're going to go into the comments, okay? We're going to go into the comments. I'm going to see what y'all are saying. And, I'm trying to keep this real informative, information based and not go off, because y'all know I can go off. But I'm going to play this video. This video that I'm about to play is, remember, he speaks French. So I was trying to find it because there was a video that I did see where AI had his voice speaking it in English, but we're going to have to do what we're going to have to do. Got it. I couldn't find it. So I've been searching for 3 days. Okay. Hello? Okay. The mic just randomly went off, whatever. He's talking to us, whether you are in the United States, whether you're in Canada, whether you're in the Caribbean, Central America, baby, you could be in Brazil, baby. If you're in the UK, anywhere you are, he is talking to us. And I want y'all to listen, all right? And when we come back, we're going to get into the comments. Don't forget to like this channel, subscribe, and yeah, let's play it.
Dear brothers and sisters, I speak to you today not only as the president of Burkina Faso, but as your brother, your son, and your fellow African who feels the deep yearning to unite our scattered family. This is not just a broadcast. It is a call to every African bloodline, wherever you are, to rise and return home to your roots. For centuries, our people have been displaced, uprooted, and scattered across the globe. The atrocities of slavery, colonialism, and systemic oppression sought to break us apart. But despite the efforts to erase our identity,
one thing else. This is his speech, but this is only a part of the speech. The speech goes off, and it's about an hour and a half. He go off, but I just want to say that
African spirit remains resilient. It is that spirit that drives me to extend my hands to you today, to call you back to the land of your ancestors, where together we can build a prosperous, united, and self-reliant Africa. The progress we have made in Burkina Faso. In Burkina Faso, we are no strangers to the challenges of rebuilding a nation ravaged by exploitation and external manipulation. When I assumed the presidency, I did so not out of ambition, but out of necessity. A necessity to liberate my people from the chains of poverty, insecurity, and foreign domination. We have made significant strides. 1. Security. Despite the challenges of terrorism and instability in the Sahel region, we have stood firm. Burkina Faso has taken a bold stance against external interference, reclaiming our sovereignty and protecting our people from those who seek to exploit us. Second, agricultural revolution. We have invested heavily in agriculture, empowering our farmers with tools, resources, and knowledge to ensure food security for our nation. An Africa that feeds itself is an Africa that cannot be controlled. 3. Economic independence. We are breaking free from the shackles of neo-colonialism by prioritizing local industries, promoting trade within Africa, and reducing reliance on foreign aid. We are proving that African nations can stand tall and prosper on their own terms. 4. Education and innovation. We are fostering a new generation of thinkers, innovators, and leaders who are grounded in African values and ready to tackle the challenges of the modern world. 5. Unity and purpose. We are building a nation that values solidarity, where the government and the people work hand in hand to create a future of hope and prosperity. But I cannot do this alone. Burkina Faso cannot do this alone. Africa cannot do this alone. The need for a united front, brothers and sisters in the diaspora. I know the struggles you face. I know how hard it is to thrive in societies that often see you as outsiders, despite your immense contributions. You have built nations, pioneered advancements, and enriched cultures. But many of you still yearn for a sense of belonging, a place where you are not judged by the color of your skin, but celebrated for who you are. That place is Africa. I call on you to return home, not as visitors, but as co-builders of a new Africa. Your skills, your resources, your knowledge, and your passion are needed here more than ever. Together, we can create a continent that reflects the greatness of our ancestors and fulfills the dreams of our children. Why return now? 1. A battle for sovereignty. Africa is at a crossroads. The battle for our sovereignty is not just political, it is economic, cultural, and spiritual. We need like-minded people who share our vision of an Africa that controls its own destiny, free from exploitation and external manipulation. 2. A growing momentum. Across the continent, there is a wave of change. Leaders and citizens are rising to reclaim Africa's rightful place on the global stage. This is the time to be part of this movement, to contribute your voice, your skills, and your resources. 3. A land of opportunities. Africa is rich, not just in natural resources, but in untapped potential. Whether you are a doctor, engineer, teacher, artist, or entrepreneur, there is a place for you here to thrive and make a difference. What we are building a continent where our resources benefit our people, not foreign corporations. Our children can dream big and achieve those dreams without leaving their homeland. Our cultures are preserved, celebrated, and shared with the world. Our unity becomes our strength, and our diversity becomes our beauty. To achieve this, we need your hands, your minds, and your hearts. How you can join the fight: 1. Return home, relocate to Africa, and become an active participant in its growth. There are many nations, including Burkina Faso, that are ready to welcome you with open arms. 2. Invest in Africa. If you cannot return physically, invest in African businesses, agriculture, education, and infrastructure. Every dollar you invest here is a step toward economic liberation. 3. Advocate for Africa. Use your platforms, voices, and networks to change the narrative about Africa. Show the world the beauty, resilience, and potential of our continent. 4. Mentor and teach. Share your skills and knowledge with the next generation of Africans. Help us build a workforce that can compete and excel globally. A call to action. This is not just a call to return to a physical land. It is a call to return to a state of mind, a state of unity, pride, and purpose. It is a call to remember who you are and where you come from. It is a call to take ownership of our collective destiny. Together, we can build a prosperous Africa that stands as a beacon of hope and inspiration for the entire world. Together, we can honor the sacrifices of our ancestors and secure the future of our descendants. Together, we can make Africa the land of opportunity, dignity, and pride that it was always meant to be. My pledge to you, as your brother and your leader, I pledge to continue fighting for the liberation and prosperity of Africa. I pledge to create an environment where your contributions are valued, your voices are heard, and your dreams are realized. I pledge to lead with integrity, humility, and a deep commitment to our shared vision. Let us rise together. Let this message be the spark that ignites a global movement of African unity and resurgence. Let this be the moment when we say, enough is enough. We will no longer be divided. We will no longer be exploited. We will no longer be underestimated. Come home, my brothers and sisters. The land of your ancestors awaits you. Burkina Faso awaits you. Africa awaits you. Together, let us rise and build a future that we can all be proud of. And that was a beautiful message from the
Okay, guys. Okay. You see, I'm just smiling. I'm just so Hold on, move from studio. Okay, I'm just smiling. I'm just so. As you saw those clips, one of those, I'm gonna tell you what those clips were. Um, the factory, they built a whole fucking tomato canning factory. Okay, they're fucking Burkina Faso tomatoes going around the world as we speak. Okay, they literally built that plant in about 6 months by themselves and hired people in the community. Unlike, some when some countries come in and do different things, they bring their people, etc., etc. Like the Asians and the roads, right? You gotta work with people, but you gotta know how to work with people. The Asians was bringing in, especially in other countries, bringing in their workers to create the roads, not even really strong, right? And weren't hiring people in the community, okay? And when the roads were messed up, since nobody in the community knew how to do anything or didn't have anything, they had to again call the Asians back to come and fix shit. Fucking Burkina Faso. I think I told y'all a while ago, they only had about 3,000 what do they call it? Kilometers? Whatever, I don't know. Let's say about 3,000 miles of road, okay? This man decided, okay, we're going to make like 5,000 miles of road a year from now on. And that's what they're doing. They got a little contractor, yeah, he was Asian, to show them how to do a method that works in any country, got them to train the people got them to train the people on how to do the shit. Then he turned around and bought road paving materials. Okay, bought road paving materials. Bought like the farms. He said he invested in the farms. I told y'all this. He bought like a couple thousand tractors and I'm not a farmer, plows and motorcycles. Cause the people to take their stuff to the cities, there's a lot of motorcycles. And literally not to sell to the people, just to give them thousands of tractors and plows and things you need for agriculture, thousands of bikes and trucks to move the products from here to there, et cetera, et cetera. And he just gave them to him. Here, do your job. Thousands of seeds, thousands of plants. Side note, did y'all hear about Mr. Gates? Bill, what they call him. Why this whole again, talking about he's want to give his whatever fortune, I think it was a couple $1 billion to Africa, and because he wants to be able to vaccinate everybody and all the animals. You better not. You better not. Again, what the fuck is a Bill Gates fortune when you are walking on diamonds and tripping over fucking graphite or whatever the fuck they call them shits? What the hell is that? Okay, but it's just, in my opinion, Orangina's way of trying to F people up, stick them with vaccines, kill all the animals. It's like what they did to this country when they killed all the buffalo. Okay, we know what's happening. We know what's happening, and we know why they're doing it. Okay, let's stop pretending. Now, we're going to jump into these comments. I hope y'all are enjoying the show. We're going to jump into these comments, okay? Hello, everybody. Hello. Navi says she just got off work. Hey, DC. Who's worse, Russia, China, America, or France? They're all terrible allies. We have to learn to take what we need and then leave the rest. And in my opinion, who's worse, personally, America and France. France is number one. America, I believe, is like number two. You know, France is definitely, in my opinion, number one, because as I told y'all, I believe last week or the week before, you know, just those three nations saying, nah, I guess somebody else to do it. It caused it caused the French people to lose like 66,000 jobs. Okay. Because France has nothing to sell. They have nothing. And all they do, all they have been doing for the last 60 whatever year, well, more than that, honestly, that's just since colonialism. But before that, for like 100 years, all they've been doing is taking the stuff from these African countries and pretending like it's theirs. Okay. Okay. And I hope they burn down. They need to shield those mines because she said they need to shield those mines because the West want to off the brains or compromise them. Absolutely. And you know, the thing is, it's so many of us who are just fucking amazing at what we do. Have so much talent, you know? And they do that to us here, right? They're trying to keep us down. And, you know, so much. I used to say, and I said this before, and I'll say it again. I used to say when I was younger, like how many, and I still believe it, but can you imagine, you know how much Black men are in jail, right? Can you imagine? And a lot of them are in there for stupid shit, just, you know, or like ridiculous sentences over, you know, things that may not even have been that deep to begin with. Over, you know, people are still in there over a nickel bag of weed, okay, from back in the day. Let's keep it a buck. But think about how many ideas and geniuses have been lost to them and being here and being in France and being, you know, and not, or even being on the continent and not having what you need to be able to create. Like they made cars. Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, they all three of these countries, even though they're about to become states, made solar cars that don't need to be plugged in anywhere. You heard me, don't need in a year. By three different, what do you call them, engineers, what, you know, one from each country, not the same car. And they you know, use the same car, which they could have. What the fuck is the problem? But no, that just to show how ingenious we are. There's a boy who made an arm for disabled people that works. He just puts no drilling into the head, no nothing. He just had this helmet on and the arm does what he wants it to do with no formal education. Can you imagine? Like I've said before and I'll say it again, that's why they keep the schools dumb in our neighborhoods. And the minute any Black child has an opportunity to succeed, what do? We succeed. And these children are over there making fucking robots, making cars that do not need to be charged, making phones that don't need to be connected to any cellular network to work, with little to no help. What can we say? All right, let's continue into the comments. She said, Nigeria got to get with it. Nigeria's problem for a very long time is that they have been run by the same man for 67 years. I believe he's like 93 or something. And 67, 60 something years. Okay, I might be off by a year or two. Don't hold me exact dates. He's like 92 years old. That's Nigeria's problem. That's Nigeria's problem. And Nigeria just been exposed. One of their uh generals was literally paying, again, Boko Haram. Remember Boko Haram? Y'all remember Boko Haram? They all in that area acting a mess. We all know who's funding Boko Haram and the mess. Like I said, the French, the US, these other people funding them. Okay, they literally were like, we could have found those girls, but they didn't, because they wanted the country to remain unstable. So recently, one of the generals, they done put a hit out on, he is in the military, but he had enough, and he just, he might fucking take over the country. I don't know. But he didn't had enough, and he put, he told everybody, he was like, yeah, I was there. He was like, he got the money from France and went and paid Boko Haram to keep up the foolishness. Because if they keep up the foolishness, they stay in a destabilized situation, which means that France, the US, whatever, could still come and pillage and plunder. And whenever the people in the country complain about anything, they'll say, oh, they're here to protect us because Boca is wilding out. And no one has been able to do anything about that shit for 60 something goddamn years. That's longer than all of us have been alive. She said United Tribes of Africa. That's a good name too. That's a good one. I don't know what they're gonna call it. I don't know, but she said Nigeria is literally held back. Once Nigeria get it together, everyone will fall into place. I thoroughly believe that. And I think they're going, like I said, I don't give it to the end of summer. I give it to the end of summer, okay? It's going down. And like I keep saying, even if they do assassinate Ibrahim, it's going too far now. It's going too far. And we're in a world of technology, and it's no coming back. It is no coming back. And I love it for us. I wonder if that includes, yes, it includes Black American. Oh, you mean that they can't come? I don't think the Black Americans got the ejection. Because like I said, I've been watching some videos. They still making videos. They said Americans, but I'm starting to think just like the West does when they're looking at visa applications, right? Because you could come to America if you got the money, and you'll get your visa if you're white African, right? We know they'll look at the visas and they'll decide if you're going to come from there. So I'm assuming when they look at the visas, and if you look like you are a descendant from the continent, they accepting your visa. I don't know. I wasn't there. She said, wasn't 44 dad Kenyan? Yes, he was. Yes, he was. She says, spitting facts. I'm just trying, Brandon. I'm doing my best. Hey, Koja. Koja said that DV in other countries is a concern. 911 is a joke in the US, but doesn't exist for women in those countries. Well, that's not true. That's not necessarily. Yeah, some countries, of course, but that's some countries across the world, right? Africa has a very matriarchal origin. Like, even with what they're doing, even examples with Burkina Faso, most of those things went towards women co-ops. They don't play because the women, and they know that. And again, I've watched plenty of speeches from him. A lot of people, Black people, understand that women build nations. We raise the children. We raise the children. Okay. We take care of these things. Okay. When a lot of them were getting up, a lot of, Africans, because they had no choice, men leaving. It's always the women there. Okay. So I would say yes, but no. And I would also say, even in certain cases, if something happened over here and, you had enough and you do something, you go into jail for life. I don't believe that's how it works over there. If your husband did some shit and you something, then he just, so, but I wouldn't, because listen, they're literally trying to turn America into Goyard. What is it? Gilliard? They're literally trying to turn us into there. They're literally making it that I heard a 7-year-old, they forced her to have a baby in Kentucky. And the way they're trying to get this country to go, in about a couple years, they're going to be forcing them 7-year-olds to marry their R-wordist. We already know this. Yep, they work. Yep. In Nigeria. And that's in Nigeria. And a lot of, again, I keep telling y'all about the AES. They're not playing that shit. They are taking them up out of here. Like every other day, it's like, oh, they are taking them up out of here. Boko who? Go find somebody else to play with. That's the shit they on right now. They done ran up. They done yesterday. Hear me asking y'all. Yesterday they done ran down on the border of Benin. Benin is right next to Togo, and Togo right next to Nigeria. Don't play with us. They ran up on the border. You see the people. It's a town right by the border. Let me put this map back up. It's a town right by the border. Don't ask me the name because I don't remember. No. But it's a town right on the border of Benin, and Nigeria is right there. I'm going to show y'all screen. Okay. Again, you see Benin. You see Burkina Faso. So Togo is down, like I told y'all. Togo with the shits. Ghana with the shits. Okay. The Ivory Coast. Fuck around. They finding out. And they just had a coup. So we're going to see where they going, from now on. But Benin, you see right here in the green, that's next to Nigeria, mind you, they got Mali, they got Niger, they got Chad, Togo with the shits, right? Benin is still run by some, old man who's been there too damn long, who is in alleged cahoots with the people in Nigeria. Because, they need to destabilize so they can get a couple million and get their kids some jobs or whatever. So they ran to you saw the trucks, the people, not the army, the people in the towns, because everybody got a cell phone. They were coming down the roads that they done made, because they making 5,000, let's say the equivalent of miles or roads a year, coming down the roads to go to Benin's, to the border of Benin, to make sure that Boko Haram and them don't go through Nigeria or Benin to try to get try to get up in their country. All you saw was a bunch of people, hundreds of fucking people on the side of the damn roads cheering for the fucking military trucks as they went by. cheering like Trump, hoping that these niggas gonna be cheering for him. Nobody cheering and excited because the military was coming to go make sure that Boko Haram don't bring their ass up in their country acting a fucking mess. It's just a snowstorm, a snowball effect at this point. Hey, the sweetest girl. Yes, please, everyone be safe. They turning up here out in New York City. From what I heard, they are in Flatbush, baby. They think they gonna run up in Flatbush. It's crazy. They think they gonna run up in Flatbush and niggas ain't gonna come outside with machetes. They are wildin'. But okay, so, and I heard they down by the courts in the Manhattan acting a fool. They are all over this bitch acting a fucking fool all over the country, and people are popping off. Okay, listen, when they start messing with the Flatbushes and them, you know, we stand. This is my part. I'm here spreading the word, spreading the information, but I ride with the Bush. Okay, I'm riding with Flatbush and whatever the fuck they do. Okay, and Flatbush gonna show them how, because if they come in the Flatbush, those gonna be the first black people outside talking about what's up. Okay, and they gonna show these protesters who are doing everything but what they supposed to do. Okay, they already said y'all wilding out. They are kidnapping you. And I saw some white girl with a balloon. No, with a what you call it? You know what I'm talking about? When you blow and it makes the little balloons. I forgot what you call it. But with the going like this in the middle of the street, I'm like, y'all getting shot with rubber bullets. Until they understand what's up, I don't know what the fuck, but I know Flatbush gonna stand on business. That's all I know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on in the Bronx. I know some bullshit happening in the city. There's protests. We ain't protesting here in Brooklyn. But, and however, they take their asses to Flatbush, they gonna learn a lesson, baby. That's all I got to say about that. Yeah, we out of it, but they come to Flatbush, it's on. It's on site. We minding our business. So leave us alone. But they don't want to leave us alone. They gonna learn what it is to try to rush Flatbush. It's wild. It's wild. But okay. Hey Noma, she said President Traore is the change. It's getting dark. It's a change needed. I wish the old timers in countries like Zimbabwe, where my family comes from, would pay attention. Girl, they ain't got no choice. They could try to fuck around. They gonna find out. The people, Noma, your family is from then. Your people are saying no. And stand, because what we do as black people, we stand on business. And if we say, you know what, I'm tired, you know what we're not doing? We not standing in the middle of the street, rolling, fucking with, what the hell is it called? I forgot. We're not standing in the middle of the street messing with that. We get down. So Zimbabwe will come. Listen, Zimbabwe coming. Zimbabwe is coming. I like Zimbabwe. It's a nice little coastal city. I like it. I tell you, I've been looking into it. I mean it. I've been looking into it. They calling you young people. They calling young people. They calling everybody. I believe, go out, listen. Listen, like he said, invest. Like, this is the time. Like, invest. You do something, invest. They have a lot of, again, I'm looking in and I'm finding out more. I actually have a call with this girl who does big shit tomorrow. Okay, and she might come on here next week. I might make a video. She ain't gonna come on the live. I think making a video might be better, so I could structure it, structure it better and edit it, whatever. But she's gonna be given information. I'm gonna find out information. People are buying lands. You see a lot of people buying land in Ghana. They giving away land to us. All in a lot of countries, in a lot of areas all over the continent. If your DNA test say you black, you can get free land. And people are building homes for $10,000, $20,000 luxury ass homes and renting them bitches out on Airbnbs. People are building businesses down there. Okay, you in DC, don't you do acting? I believe. Girl, invest in a fucking little acting studio somewhere, something like that. These are the things that are going, because when I say it's gonna blow, fuck a crypto coin. Okay, imagine being able to invest or buying property in Manhattan before it was Manhattan. That's what I'm talking about. Again, I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. I'm going to continue to collect the information and bring it to y'all when I get it. Okay. She said, I already know. I didn't even see that, but I already knew. It's really, a lot of it is tariffs. A lot of it is tariffs. A lot of it is it might come from a landlocked country. A lot of it is it being processed in other places. Who was it? Hold on. I'm trying to think who recently. Is it Uganda? It might be. I don't know. That just took their coffee back. Like, because most of those coffee beans that come from a French company or an American company, we don't make coffee beans here, y'all. Our soil can't make coffee beans, y'all. Okay, your coffee beans come from Africa or Brazil, y'all. All our coffee come from black people, y'all. So I believe it was Uganda. If I'm wrong, my bad. But they took the coffee rights back. So a lot of Folgers in them are kind of fucked. Or they're going to have to try to switch and try to get their shit from Brazil. But, we'll see how long Brazil be with allows the foolishness to go down. Because a lot of this coffee that's going to be out in the next couple of months are going to be talking about made in whatever Africa. So, but we'll see. And again, the landlockedness doesn't help. That's why these people are pumping out roads like you wouldn't fucking believe. They bought, not rented it, they bought. These different countries are buying. Look at fucking Botswana. Botswana, they are one of the most stabilized countries, right? They even beat Nigeria in the stabilization of it. They don't have the South African issues with, the white people and all this shit. He's kicking ass. That man is kicking ass. That man done cut all of the people in government salaries by like 20%. And then he tripled minimum wage. Hello. And he told the companies, because, they were paying them the least they could pay them, because, they never, all of that trickle down economics ain't real. We know that as Americans. He tripled the fucking minimum wage and said everybody should be able to own a house and property. Hello. He tripled it. He said, y'all don't like it? We get it. You can leave. Guess what they didn't do? Leave. Guess what those companies did not do? Leave. She said, I heard their tomatoes are good and supply Ghana. Yes. Their tomatoes, apparently they're banging. They make so much, and a lot of them were spoiled because again, the rows was fucked up. They didn't have the machines to plow them, and the trucks to pick them up and take them to processing. This nigga make a whole fucking processing plant. Fuck a tomato. We about to tomatoes. We about first just fresh. Whatever else is getting processed and turned into tomato paste and tomato sauce and tomato this and tomato stuff and tomato that. I'm going on a search for Burkina Faso tomatoes. I'm gonna find them here. I'm gonna find them. Yeah, that's the point, Kayana. There's no more here. They don't want no more. Well, the people down with the shits don't want no more hangouts. The Nigeria, Kenya, a lot of them, like Noma says, Zimbabwe, but they gonna learn the good. And I'm gonna say this as Black American as I can say it. They gonna learn that they gonna get down or they gonna lay down. Y'all know what I'm saying. Every Black person know what I just said. They gonna get down or they gonna lay down. Cole just said the EU have no resources. They've been stealing and exploiting for centuries, and it's crashing. War is their solution. Past behavior is the best predictor of future behavior. Yeah, they're trying to start a war. They're trying to start a war, and they're not going to be able to do it. Not between each other. They're not going to be able to do it. They're going to try to, and again, they had said, y'all can't even come into our countries no more. And they're saying politely, you know what? We think y'all should leave. Thank you, but no thank you. So, like, you want to go over there because you need them. That Macron, whatever his name is, the Prime Minister of France, he is in big trouble. Wife of them box him up. Y'all saw the wife boxing his ass up. And these countries are dropping France and telling France to get the fuck up out of there damn near every week, okay? Every fucking week, and they're losing, and they know it, and they're holding on for dear life. And we already know, and we had this conversation yesterday. We have this conversation a lot. A lot of these people, their culture is war, destruction, and hate. That is what their culture is of. War, destruction, and hate. They need to fight, okay? And we understand that that's probably what they're going to do. But there are a couple billion people on the continent. And I don't think it's going to go the way they think it's going to go. And they already started training people, like special forces training. They're getting training from the Russian special forces. Listen, use every opportunity you can, as long as people ain't taking advantage of you. The North Koreans send they fucking people who are good with the, because the Asians know how to hunt in the swamp. They know how to hunt in the bush. So they got them over there training, and it's fickling, and it's not just this one country. They're bringing in the people. They're building fucking military bases, African military bases. They don't even want the old bases because they don't know if they're bugged or whatever. They're building whole military bases again. In lightning speed. They're building military bases like China built that hospital. We watched it. Remember, they live streamed that hospital and built that hospital in like a week. Remember that? They're building that shit like they are fucking like them Asians, but even worse because they are hungry and they are just want to build their fucking country. They're got people outside beautifying their country. You know how they show pictures, you know, you might see trash on the floor. They got up there, they said, "Look, the roads is coming down your block. They come in. Make sure that y'all are ready." They're training the people in every neighborhood to say, okay, how should the roads go? Because, you know, they live there. Make it, you know what, we're beautify it. Let's clean this bitch up around your neighborhoods, where the fuck you live, whether you live in the city, whether you live off in the country, whether you live in a fucking hut somewhere. Clean this bitch up. We are beautiful people, and we do not live in trash. So we're gonna get it going. That's what's happening. And I love, you know what I love? I love it. I need to go because I really need to go work out, but I want to finish these comments. Okay. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on my other social media platforms, and all of that good stuff. She said, yeah, it is like a bitty New York. And that's why I am very like South Africa. Joburg is cool, but I like to live by water. So like, I don't want to live in Cape Town though, but who knows? Durban. I'm really loving Durban. Plus Durban got a beautiful port. It's like a mini New York. I ain't even gonna hold you. You're right. It's so beautiful. Ghana gives Atlanta. If we're gonna represent, we're gonna talk about what, you know, Ghana gives Atlanta. South Africa gives New York. And I guess I'll try to break down the other countries and what they give as time go on, as I learn more about them. Okay, she said she was 9. Okay, my bad. And she was R-worded and had to deliver the baby. They had, oh yeah, you talking about the girl that was here? Yeah, she was 9 years old, and they forced her to have some baby. And you know, and their goal is in a couple of years to make it that she would have to marry her R-wordist. You already know where this is going. She says time for them to sit down. The old heads want to keep the religion. Oh, one of them, who was it? Was it Kenya's president? I don't remember who it was. He was like, I'm ordained by God to do it. Leave God out of this. I'm so happy that Black people all over the continent are like saying with the religion, because the religion have been keeping us in shambles. He talk about God told me to, you know, God put me here to develop. Bro, you been there for 30 years, ain't shit developed yet. Okay, shut up. Okay. She said my late father's national hero is Zimbabwe. He played a part in demolishing colonialism, but it's time for the youth to take over. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. I believe they said more than half of the population is under the age of like 24 or some shit, 23. Like young kids with cell phones that are connected to the world, that knows what the fuck is going on. I love it for them. We can grow some things in Florida, but the U.S. love exploration. You can't grow no coffee in Florida, girl. Florida isn't consistently hot enough to grow like coffee. She said we don't. That's why they did those things on like the islands, South America, so, you know, some parts of Central America. It's not consistent enough. Plus, Florida, you know, tornado, you know, the ancestors keep wiping their ass up. Every time they try to plant something, they like wipe this bitch up. No, thank you. Not here. Not today. Did y'all hear that there's a dust storm coming from Africa that's supposed to cover half of the South? Did y'all hear about that? Like for real. I saw it on the news. Not on like ABC kind of news. Like a fucking dust storm. And y'all telling me the ancestors aren't here like, hey, a fucking dust storm. I think it's supposed to hit like the end of this week, next week, or some shit. I don't know. She said our tomatoes aren't good because we harvest to get to the grocery stores. Girl, okay, so listen, Koja, you know I love you, girl. But the thing is, nothing we say is going to change how they do business here. So it doesn't matter. You're right. You're right. So they can get to the grocery stores in time. You're right. Because it's all about the money. You're right. They're not going to change that. They want us all to starve and be fucked up. They want us to give us GMO. They want us to be sick. None of that shit's going to change. I hear 100% what you're saying. It could, but it won't. It could, but it won't. Even if this shit, like with Trump, with Orangina, you know, even if they do get him out or whatever, it's still not going to be better for us. It's still not going to be a utopia, not for our black asses. So I understand what you're saying. They could maybe lower Texas somewhere. I don't know, Arizona. Well, not Arizona, but you know, maybe Arizona get the heat, but they don't have the soil. But you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, they're just not. And I'm too old. I live, you know, y'all know I be believing in shit. I really did believe in this country. And I be wanting to. But how much more of my life and y'all life are we gonna waste wanting this place to be better than it has showed us it wants to be? That's the thing. That it continuously shows us that it wants to be. It wants to be like this. Even the who are against Trump or whatever, they still don't want us to rise. They still don't want us to rise. So it's not like he gonna get out of office and it's gonna be some. It's not. At best, we're going back. At best, we'll go back to business as usual. Where we were still not getting jobs. Where people were still getting arrested for bullshit reasons, where people were fucking still struggling, still dealing with fuck shit. And that's at best. I don't want to do it no more. I want to live my old. I always thought, especially when I was younger, I would have a brownstone, you know. Brownstones are now like $2-3 million, you know, because of the gentrifiers. So that's probably not gonna happen. But even without that, I don't know if I want to die here. Can I say that? Shut up. I don't know if I want to die here. Real shit. I don't know if I want to do that anymore. I don't know if I want to get old here. I don't know if I want to do that. It sounds so nice to be able to go somewhere and just be. Hello? Shut up. And just be. You know? And live my life. Be fantastic. Be beautiful. Grow old. Be stress-free. It sounds so fucking peaceful. Not have some fucking Karen harassing you because your lights flashed on her or some shit. I don't know. Have some weird ass go to Walmart and not have somebody potentially pull out a gun and try to unalive you because you're black. I don't want to do that no more. I don't want that to be the end. I don't want that to be my entire life, bro. I'm gonna speed this up because I want to go work. I want to go at least do a walk for the day. I'm trying to make sure, you know, are still charging African countries for colonial, unless they are. Yep. And a lot, the AES, they paid their bill off already. Ghana, bill off already. The countries that's with the shits, they paid whatever they owed to the banks or whatever. Gone, done. In a year. What the fuck could them other countries do if they stop selling themselves out? So much. She said they growing oranges under tents now. Jesus Christ. She said I would recommend Cape Town and Durban as far as moving to South Africa. I've been to Durban. Like when I went to South Africa, I went to Johannesburg, and then we drove to Durban. That was beautiful. The drive was crazy. It was beautiful. I saw goats. You know how they always say goats be on the side of a mountain? I saw goats, like for real. Like goats everywhere, bro. It was crazy. And I really like Durban, and I like the Indian Ocean. It's so hot and shit. It's nice. That was my first time swimming in the Indian Ocean. It was nice. Wasting our lives. Kayana said we got to stop wasting our lives trying to make that's it. I don't want to no more. I know y'all don't. I don't. It's a waste of our time. It's a waste of our energy. It's a waste. It's a waste. Oh God, is it a waste? Like I said, yeah, okay, yeah, they could, but they're not. Yeah, they don't have to be who they are, but they are. We're not going, there's no amount of explaining or whatever. How many generations of us before we comprehend, they don't give a fuck. There's no explaining. There's no, oh, they're going to understand. They understand and they don't give a fuck because it is of their benefit. And even if it wasn't of their benefit, their culture is evil and savagery. Wrap that shit around your minds. That's it. Stop making excuses for the behavior. There are evil and savagery. They have eaten us. Not a one or two times in history. Oh, that was just Nat Turner. No, that was something that they actively did. I went off the other day just telling y'all about how wicked, the wickedness. It's in here. And we are good people in here. That's why we, for whatever reason, we've been trying to fucking rationalize with the unrationable. Unrationable is not a word, but y'all understand what I'm saying. And the sun, the universe, God is telling us in lightning speed and making that part clear. There is no rationalizing with savages. They eat us. They're wicked. Wicked. Like, not for play. For real. And that's okay. That's fine. I just don't want to be a part. I just don't want to be in it no more. That's it. Let's wrap this up so we can get up out of here. Noma said, I'm with you. I was born and raised in New York, but I'm close to retirement and looking at South Africa too. I'm telling y'all. Like I said, I have a girl. I'm meeting with her tomorrow. Video chat. She's in Tokyo. Okay. And we'll probably not tomorrow. I won't record our conversation tomorrow. But I will probably get her up here. We're gonna start. Remember when I wanted to do travel events? Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. Okay, so be prepared. Okay, we're going to see, and I comprehend, especially if you never step down. It's real scary until you step down. And all I'm requesting, even if you ain't on some at this moment, I don't want to move. Go on a trip with Joe. Let's go on a trip. Let's see. And after you step off that goddamn plane, and like everybody who has ever been there, who look like us, have told you, You feel it in your bones, your soul. I don't want my soul to be here when I leave. I want it to be over there. You feel it. This damn dog. You feel it. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. I'm working on it. She said, what? I meant, yes, Durban. I love Durban is so cute. Durban got a lot of Indians in it. And a lot of people in South Africa, there's a lot of people from Brazil. Side note. Because my mom trying to move back to Panama. You can fly from South Africa to Brazil, side note, and then get to Panama in about 6 to 7 hours. About 6 hours. Like, it's real close if you looked on the map. Yes, my brother lives there. She said your brother lives in South Africa. Oh, that's great. That's beautiful. I'm all for everything you've been saying in this video. And she said, and the last one I watched, I've been saying for a few years, we got to get up out of here. We do. And I'm doing my part. This is my part. Back when I was, well, my bones didn't hurt sometimes. I was outside protesting and doing all of this and doing all of that. This is what I do now. This is what I do. Okay. I saw this white girl saying she was craving raw meat and eating raw meat, then warning us. Savages. It is what it is. Remember, I'm rubber, you're glue. Everything you say to me, bounce off me and sticks on you. Bruh, all that shit they talked about us, how we slow, we stupid, we this, we that. We savages, we're violent, we're innately violent, all this wild shit. Yeah. She said she stayed a few months in Cape Town and it was a dream. I'm gonna listen. When I tell you I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna fucking do it. Y'all know me. She said travel events, I'm ready. I'm speaking to her tomorrow morning. I might give y'all a little bit during tomorrow's live. Tomorrow's live will be at noon. Okay, I'm going back and forth, noon, 6 p.m., noon, 6 p.m. to see which one works better because AI told me to get my punk ass to 6 p.m. Okay, and I had to listen to AI. They've been working good for me recently, so I said I'm gonna test it out. So we're testing it out. I'm trying to create a backlog of videos to be able to post to keep it going all the time on here because again, I know once I hit it. And the channel starts growing and we start getting in them views and we start doing what we got to do, everything else is going to fall into place. And that's what God, the sun, the moon, Jesus, the universe, whatever fuck you want to say, Allah, whatever, baby, has been telling me to do. And I've been focused. When I tell y'all, sometimes I be like, I got my moments. I've been working. I've been in this fucking chair. This morning, I was in this chair. I could have went live at noon. I was in this bitch from like 9 o'clock to like 3. Took a little break. And then like, okay, I got to go back live at 7. I'm giving myself at least 5 hours a day of just editing, creating, and it's coming along. Like I said, I have a shitload of shorts, prepared to go out. It started today. I posted one should have been posted already. It's posted like 6:30. The rest will be posted from midnight on every couple of hours. I'm pumping, okay? So understand, we're going to get this shit done. It's in the universe for us. We got it. Even if you don't think you got it, we got it. We're going to figure it out. We don't have these universal feelings, all of us, for nothing. We got it. And even if you don't have it and you don't think you have it financially at the time, to go to the continent, we're going to make a way. They're going to make a way. for us to go there. And when they do, I'm going to let you know about it. But anyway, I'm going to get up out of here. I'm going to go work out real quick before the sun completely goes down. I appreciate y'all for coming, sticking with me. I hope y'all enjoy the content. Again, we're adjusting, we're moving, we're pumping. I do have a lot of also shop content coming. So y'all click my links. You don't go to my website, get you a Jovi Beauty scarf or something. But when I start posting the links, especially, I'm probably going to do a skincare update post. I have the links. Y'all use my links, support the channel. We're really trying to grow, because the bigger I can fucking get these YouTube checks, the bigger I can pull this shit off. Okay. Because when I say I'm going to buy a house in Ghana, I think I'm gonna make a bed and breakfast or some shit. I don't know. I mean, not Ghana. In South Africa, make a bed and breakfast in Durban. Who the fuck am I? I'm telling you. Okay, listen. I'm gonna get up out of here. I appreciate all you for coming. I'm headed. The dog is staring at me. I ain't walking him. I appreciate you all. And as always, I hope you live your life like it's golden, because there's no other way to live it. I see y'all tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern. Be there or be square.